All right, so here we go. I'm gonna show you how to straighten up your arrow vanes in no time flat using a heat gun. And here we go. Hey everybody, Kevin here from HumboldtCraftworks. Welcome to another episode of Woodworking with Mr. Kevin. This is not a woodworking video. Sorry. I discovered something when I was trying to fix up a little hobby of mine, and I thought, well, there's got to be other people out here to do what I do who like to shoot bows and arrows. I spend most of my money on woodworking tools and don't spend a lot of money on things like bows and arrows and things like that. I bought a little cheap little compound bow. Came with a sight. It came with mostly all this crap on here except for this red thing because the other one's kind of chewing apart the string. But anyway, I know nothing about shooting them, so what do? You buy the cheapest arrows you can possibly find. So you go to Amazon and you buy a bunch of cheap arrows like this here. These are all the ones that I can't use because they're all deformed. They're all like tweaked out. You know, you shoot. Sorry about that, customers. So, you know, I just go to Amazon and buy the cheapest arrows I can find. You find all sorts of different kinds. I didn't know what length to buy. This one's 30, this one's like 29. I got these little green ones, green and white ones that I like a lot. They're a lot stiffer. I guess the spline is like 400, so it's super stiff, so the arrows fly better. But the biggest problem I have is they do this. They get all tweaked out and bent, right? I got a box full I made over here. I got a pile sitting down here that I actually fixed, and I'm gonna show you the simplest, easiest way if you're like me who buys cheap arrows because you don't wanna spend $160 for one dozen arrows because you don't know how to shoot that good anyway, and it's fun and you're learning, but no, I can't, no. So here's the ones that were broken or bent, or they wouldn't fly right anymore because the damn vanes were all crooked and some were falling off, and you know, you hit one arrow next to another and they get tweaked out. And one thing I didn't know, if you leave them in the box together and they're all smashed up against each other, well, they get smashed up and they stay that way. So I went out and bought a vane thing, the Bitzenberger world's finest fletching tool. I went out and bought some vanes for like $20 for 100 of them. I got the little wrappy things, which I had no idea what they were, and I bought a cleaner thing and glue and all that crap. So I thought, I'm just gonna change them out, no problem. And I was having a hell of a time getting the damn vanes off because they're glued onto this carbon fiber, and I couldn't get the damn thing off. I was scraping it off and I didn't want to hurt it, so I thought, I'll take out the old heat gun. So if you haven't seen my how to undo glue videos, they're both over here. I used a damn heat gun to loosen up the glue, and I figured, that'll work. I'll just loosen this glue up and slide them off and put new ones on. Because it's a pain in the ass to get this off with a knife. It's just really a pain in the ass. And then something crazy happened as I was taking them off. They straightened up.
What?
What? Yeah, they all straightened up. So all of these right here, a little over a dozen or so, I took the heat gun to them and tried to remove the vanes, and they all straightened up. Every damn one of them. Look at that. It's all beautiful, straight in a line. Now, are they the best vanes in the world? No. So I made a little video just to show you guys what I did and how they straightened up and how fast it was. Because if you're like me and don't want to spend, you know, $160 or $180 or $200 on a dozen little arrows that all you do is shoot into a damn box of foam anyway. So the heat gun comes in handy again. It straightened these damn vanes up. It worked amazing. When I was trying to remove these damn things, they just straightened right back up like, no, don't take me off. Because I'll just straighten myself back out and it'll be great. Because these were unshootable. There was just no way. Some are ripped and I replaced those. But these just straighten right up. That one's straight now. The red ones, which were curled over each other, I mean, they were completely curled over. See that? See how that is? Just all nasty. That's the way they all were. All these arrows that I have right here were that way. I know it's not a woodworking video, sorry, but some things are, you know, you gotta share with people. All right, so here we go. I'm gonna show you how to straighten up your arrow vanes in no time flat using a heat gun. And here we go. All right, everybody, so if you're super cheap like me and you buy arrows on Amazon, because you don't shoot that good like I do, you buy these things, Zhao Fu or whatever. These little cheapos for like $30 a dozen. This is usually what happens. I'm not sure if this happens with expensive arrows, but when you try to shoot and they run into each other and you're trying to get them in a nice tight group, they tend to bend like this and they wilt and they look terrible. So I bought a fletching jig and started replacing some of these feathers, which is, it's kind of fun to do, but they're hard to get off. And then I thought to myself, well, what if I took a heat gun to these things and see what happens? And this is what happened when I used the heat gun to try to remove some of these vanes. I wish I would have known this a long time ago, but I didn't. Set it on low, okay? Let it get warmed up, and as I was trying to take them off, this happened. I'll speed this part up. Look at that. See that? Perfectly straight. Let's do another one. Just set your heat gun on low and just go back and forth a few times. Look at that. It might not be absolutely perfect, but it's better than the other ones. Look at this guy. See how crinkly that one is? Try this one. Look at that. There's another green one. Look at that. Brr. There it is. Look at that. I have dozens of these arrows that are just wrinkled like that because, you know, you're shooting them, they get all close to each other, which isn't bad because they get bunched up and you're like, oh, look at that. I hit it in the same spot twice. But instead of replacing them and tearing them off, just hit them with a heat gun. Look at that. It's just that fast. Look, all right, this one's all crinkly, look. Crinkly everywhere. Now, I don't know how long it's gonna last. And the UPS guy's here. And there you go. I tried to remove all these with the heat gun and they wound up straightening up, which probably saved me hours and hours of doing this. I can't wait to shoot this. It's got 4 vanes instead of a 3 vaner, and I want to see what the difference is. And that's what I'm going to go do right now because it's lunchtime. All right, everybody. Well, thanks for watching, and thanks to all the new subscribers out there. I know this wasn't a woodworking video, and sorry. I got lots of woodworking videos coming up. So if there's any videos you'd like to see me make here in my little tiny shop, just let me know. It doesn't have to be a woodworking video. It's like, how do you fix this? I'm pretty handy at fixing things or figuring things out. And I'd like to thank every single subscriber for the last month. I'm gonna put your name up in lights here at the end of this video, right here. And thank you very much. We're getting close to 1,000. Once we get to 1,000, who knows what'll happen? Probably 100 people will drop off and I'll back down to 900 again. All right, everybody. Well, there you go. Thanks for watching. You have an awesome day. Go outside and play. Hug somebody you love. Don't shoot anybody with a bow and arrow. And I'll see you next time right here on Woodworking with Mr. Kevin, even though this isn't a woodworking video. All right, I'm gonna go have some fun. We'll see you later. Oh, can't forget that. Sheesh.
Subscribe now.